Dude, anyone here excited for what's going to be coming down the pipeline at E3? Any E3 excitement? Oh, Llanowar Elfitaya, great. Watching Kibble gain 500 life wasn't painful. Dude, that was awesome. That was so awesome. Also, I gotta turn on the air conditioner off. I keep forgetting how dang hot it is. NPTV says hoping for an update on Cyberpunk 2077. Oh yeah. Well met. Arcane Wisdom was asking about running Leyline Prowler in the sideboard. Leyline Prowler is not a particularly high power level card. It does a lot of things, none of which particularly help too much. So first of all, Leyline Prowler is, if I remember its stats correctly, it's 1 black, 1 green, and 1 colorless for a 2/3 that you can tap to generate any mana, and has Death Touch. The big thing about ramp cards, like the reason Llanowar Elves is such a good ramp card, is you can play it on turn 1. On his lifelink too? Sure. Yeah, like getting a mana accelerator on turn 3 does not really help a deck that is actively trying to build a board. It could help if your deck was like some sort of slow and control-y, and you're not looking for a lot of land fast, you're looking for a lot of land eventually. So it doesn't really help that much. A 2/3 Death Toucher, what makes Death Touch useful? It's that you're small and you're killing something big. You're small and you're killing something big. That's when you get value out of that. Alright, my opponent is rampier than I. But, like, you know, again, my deck is trying to build up really fast and get some big dudes out and start blowing up some of that sweet land. Which we're whiffing on a little hard here, but it's kind of to be expected. And last, the 2/3 stat line is not particularly good at 3. So it's like, because it's such a Swiss Army knife, it kind of feels like it doesn't do that much. Doesn't seem the best. Hey, Vwem. Vwem gifting with the daily 5. Howdy, Vwem. Says, I'm tired. Man, I am tired too. I would actually describe myself as roasted. I had to get up, I'm not going to say crazy early, but crazy early for my schedule. Most people's work days end at 5 or 6, and my work days tend to end at 7:30 or 8. But I had to get up very early for some meetings associated with the PC gaming show, which I'm super excited about, but I'm just fucking tired, man. I had to get up early, do meetings. That's why I didn't go to the grocery store and get my usual chicken, spinach, and black beans. I just went and got a turkey sandwich. Turkey sandwich! It is a sandwich made of bread and turkey. I have defeated you aeons ago. I fucking love making fun of Nicol Bolas, man. That's so fun. Welcome. Silvos1470 says, do you ever listen to any podcasts with the crazy amount of traveling you do, especially with how the Plot family is a podcasting legacy? I didn't know the Plot family was a podcasting legacy. I listen to essentially no podcasts. If I'm traveling, I listen to music and read books. That's what I do. It's not going as intended. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, I just need to wake up. I can't tell if I need calories or sleep or caffeine or a combination of the three. But I do know that I'm sleepy. Pass. Read books or Audible? Read. Read. I hate... Well, at least I'd say I was the artist formerly known as someone who hated listening to Audible. Until I learned you could actually speed it up. Listen at like 2x speed, and then it actually feels better. Does this deck seem a bit less effective versus dual color decks? Not really. I mean, the land destruction plan. Land destruction plan is certainly weakened. I actually think we have a pretty good hand. Pretty good lineup of cards here. I think I need to go under on the curve. I think I actually want to get in these cast downs. Cut the Nissa, cut a Casualties of War. No, maybe cut this and keep the Casualties of War. Did somebody listen to James Marsters do Dresden Files though? No. I just read. I did listen to this thriller called Tell No One on audiobooks. It was nice, but narration was too slow. I just need like fast narration because I like watch YouTube videos on like, you know, close to 2x speed. I need it. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Trigruel Dinos Day 9, known as Tekken 4 right now. That does sound fine. That does sound quite fine. Bum bum ba 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 da da. You know what I'm reading right now is a manga series recommended by a buddy called Kaku Kaku Shikajika. It's about a young woman who wants to be a manga artist. And that's all she's ever wanted. So it's basically about a person's obsession with getting just good at one thing. What's the name of it in English? Kaku Kaku Shikajika. Is Black Canvas, my so-called artist's journey. Black Canvas. Alright, clear the path. I mean, this looks a little bit thin, but maybe I didn't need to do it on that last one, but I do think it is important to kill as fast as possible. It's like our plan. Hydroid Crisis for 2 is exactly what we'd be hoping for. The Matrix or the Notebook? Oh, The Matrix. The Matrix is one of my favorite series that has ever come out. I know the second and the third one were terrible compared to the first. But I mean, the first one is so good, and the premise is so tight. It is so toit. Oh. That's right, this deck runs a Nissa. I messed up.
The land shall conquer you.
The land is gonna go! Alright, you don't get anywhere in life without taking risks. You seen the Animatrix? Oh, yeah. Animatrix is one of the things that just makes it, baby. I love the Animatrix. The Banana Matrix. Dude, just think, imagine, wrap your brain around if, just if, we could, in this game, this one here, manage to peel out and pull off
Let us see if your talents are worth cataloging.
a beautiful Casualties of War.
No tale should be discarded.
Tiki says, Love, Death, and Robots remind me so much of the Animatrix. Yeah, right? That is a really good comparison. Oh, loved Love, Death, and Robots. Loved that. Just like I love this Golgari Landsmash deck.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Do 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 do. Gain into 4. Okay, so if I just get a land blow up. Gosh, did I not call it? Destroy a land, a planeswalker, a creature. A land, planeswalker.
You must seek comfort in the land.
God, I call it. I call it all the time. All the time and every time. Bang, bong. I mean, our opponent ramps up and does huge things. That's our opponent's Decaroni. Maybe I even want to get an Obnixilis' Cruelty. You know, I'm going to cut the Massacre Girl and put in the Obnixilis. Or maybe I want this in case of fire. I think I'd rather have the Obnixilis' Cruelty, I think. Oh, God. Oh, God. I think this is an okay enough hand. I mean, farts. Which match would you play Nissa in this deck? Against some of the slower decks. Depending on the way in which I want to try to get ahead in them. Boink. I like Nissa quite a bit in matchups where I feel like I will be going 1-for-1 against my opponent a lot. This is going to be very good against the ever so scary Hydroid Crazy Pal. Yo!
Intriguing tonight. The past is never forgotten.
Alright, well, I mean, that helps just like a crud load. Alright, so I think that the play of the day is going to be Jade Light Orange. Try to get some Landos. Oh, yeah, I would love that. That's actually really nice, because then I can go land, Jade Light, cast down. Mira La 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 says, I can't ever focus on audiobooks and I end up always missing stuff while being able to go back and read a good sentence over and over. Oh, dude, I'm exactly the same way. Because, like, if it's a good enough scene, in my head, I'll start just thinking about the scene and imagining what's going on and mulling over all that good stuff. Really? There's a Nexus of Fate in that deck? Shit. I think I don't wish to block. I think. Okay, so I think that what I want to do is I want to cast down probably this, because I have like so much powerful removal here. And then I'll just play this, because why not? I actually really need that land. Really good. So this is a good way to generally just kill a Llanowar Elf.
All stories must end.
Yeah, when there's audiobooks, I tend to like just zone out. Zone back in, zone out. Oh yeah, listen to all the Hunger Games books on audio. Oh, it was pretty nice. Katniss Everdeen, the girl on fire. Dude, let me tell you, The narrator for that just loved saying, "The girl on fire." Like, she loved saying that shit. I think I just trade like this, point. Because, okay, like, watch this shit. Boom. Bam. And see, this does two things for us, right? First thing this does for your pal Day 9 is it establishes dominance. It puts a threat on the board that is going to be building every turn. Getting building threats played early, really good, right? Also, it gives me the opportunity to get an even bigger casualties of war, because there's already a creature to target, there's already land to target, but then if there becomes a planeswalker to target, then I can just snap his neck and leave his body in a dumpster behind a Denny's. Jesus, Day 9! I just really feel like if a planeswalker comes down, then I can drain all the blood out of his body, fill it back up with lead, and let it sink to the bottom of a stream in a local park. Who else would call it than your pal Day 9, huh?
Rise, my elemental friend.
Not Denny's! Day 9, no! Yeah, I mean, I just do this, right? I think if we draw a land, we can Casualties of War. If we don't draw land, we can always Ob Nixilis' Cruelty 1 and swing on in. Elvish Thaumaturgist. Ooh, Ravenous Pupacabra is pretty good.
You can't stop nature.
I mean, it's, in a way, sucks. Hobbit Knot's a Dear Day 9. Hi. Hi. Hey, Hobbit Knot. Hello. Hello. Hello, Hobbit Knot. Oh, yeah, I could have just gotten a land. Why did I not just get a land? That's, like, obviously the best play.
Land fights for us.
Oh, whatever. We'll just get an even bigger and bigger outcome. Let's get that one out. Because now there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. 10. Could be a very large crazy boy. But that's okay, I'll just send in the casualties of war. Arcane Wisdom, have you ever had Francisco's Butterscotch Toffee Coffee? It's to die for. Well, this is just a big old pile of sadness, ain't it? Toot, toot be doo, boo, too. Alright, great. I'll make the exchange here. Swear to God, if I was Nexus of Fate, I'm gonna burst into tears. Golgari is a bit of a curveball. What do you when you want to watch something new, but there's nothing that looks good? I'm talking TV shows. I do one of two things. One is I just make myself commit to something. I just make my little Day 9 self do it. That's one thing that I do. The second thing, a lot of times I just don't enjoy it, but that's fine. I'm sort of comfortable with not enjoying stuff. But I find that when I'm feeling very demotivated, I think that I am tired, so I try to rest a lot. Try to lay flat and sleep. Whooshy, whooshy, whooshy. You know, I just like fucked up so bad by not getting a land out of this. I don't actually think we had the option to get a land. If I recall, it was just a Ravenous Chupacabra or a Merfolk Branchwalker. Let's just keep nuking the land. Oh, that's actually so good for us if that's what happens, if that's the outcome. Oof, that's the one that we didn't want to see. Don't. Draw a card. Yes, thank God. Ah, shit. Give me a land.
Balance comes.
Thank God. Destroy a planeswalker, land, and creature. Target a creature. Target a land. Target a planeswalker.
Fight on without me.
Oh, you know, there was a question from Box of Crayons. Box of 64 Crayons. That's that.
In this land, we are all connected.
Starting off some losses, but that's all good. That is all good. Is Box of Crayons here? Box of Crayons had a very interesting question about getting mad playing games. Getting real damn mad. I saw it and was like, I gotta answer that. Box of 64 Crayons. Hey, you there, my friend? This hand. Oh, I'm gonna get there. No doubt about it. None in my mind. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be 3 land in a row. I really wish Box of 64 Crayons was here because that was a really good question that I wanted to answer. Here comes that land. Here comes that land, you know what I mean? Farts. Rage swing! Oh. Well, when Box of 64 Crayons comes back, I'm going to answer that. Little Sunny Dragon says, Dana, I mostly sub to ask a question. Would you recommend a person with a lot of love and drive for games they play? What would you recommend if their negative emotions are inhibiting their growth and make practice/learning way more difficult than it should be? Most games I try to play, I end up getting above average pretty quickly, but then due to tilt and feelings of insufficiently, I can't make any push for actually being good. This is, I think, one of the most marvelous things about games in general, is they give you opportunities to learn more about and reflect on yourself. Like, wow, how do I behave? What are things that I do in response and reaction to? Fuck! Things like keeping a 1-land hand and being shocked when you're punished. Ah! And I think that it is really important to not think about the game so much. And to not think about how to deal with things in the game and stuff like that, but to try to look inward and to identify what is the source of that pain, of that anxiety, and to try to answer that pain. And it's almost always some false statement you have about yourself that gets twanged when you have the experience of losing. Or the experience, the experience of losing or getting into a loss, felt like frustrating loss and stuff like that. For instance, you might emotionally feel shame. Why do you feel that?
More reliable than all things begin and
Well,
end
it could be
in nature.
that you feel that because you feel like you are a loser unless you're doing well at that game. There's a little lie you tell yourself, like, I am not a good person or a worthwhile person unless I'm successful at this game. So, which, you know, I think on one hand might sound a little silly at the surface level, but these are like I mean this with real sincerity. These are the types of things that people really do genuinely, sort of deep down, feel in their hearts sometimes. Or, you know, or again, you have the emotion, like you have anger, or you have shame, or you... How much damage does this do? Did I just feed? Alright, that's not so bad.
Not bad for a mouse.
Maybe you're angry, maybe you're ashamed, maybe you're sad. And so you have to find out what the statement is that you're making towards yourself that would be causing that. For instance, you know, when I was younger, I would get really sort of dejectedly sad, and part of the language that I would have in my head, or I should say, language that I had subconsciously for me, was that, you know, if I wasn't successful at games, that I was a loser in some way. Or I was worthless, or, you know, these are the types of phrases I would have. Now, I'm going to ignore why, because the why will be very different for very many people. Graveyard, library, I'll hang on to Vraska. She's one of the best P walkers. Attack! And it's important to address that question. Because, for instance, if I can address something like, hey, even if I'm doing poorly in these games, I'm not worthless. I don't have to be successful at any game I play to be worthy of, you know, other people's interest and so on and so forth. That I think is like the most important thing to explore when answering those types of things. And those can get rooted in all sorts of experiences, you know, like maybe there was a sibling who was super successful and you weren't, and you felt a lot of shame about that. Well, I'm going to nuke this dude. I will now nuke the dude. Kaboom.
Pity we couldn't have been allies.
I'm going to leave this one back. Because technically I can attack through, but I want to have this on the defense. And it's really important that you are making statements about yourself. Because, for instance, here's a real common thing that people will do when they get mad, is they project their anger on the thing that they're looking at. So, for instance, let's say I am playing a game of Dota, and I lose, and I go, God, this patch sucks. Ugh! And I'm not talking about just, like, basic frustration. I'm talking about, like, let's say it's a deep anger that goes on for a long time. Like, after the game, you're still mad, like, 3 hours later. Because I think people get frustrated when, you know, they try to put the car keys in their car and turn it, and it's kind of hard to turn today. I see nothing to do with this. Let me just swing on it. I'm talking like there's a deep anger. God, what are they doing? Ice Frog's balancing ideas are so stupid. You know, it's like, okay, it's easy to say Ice Frog did it or Valve did it. But so what if they are stupid? What is it about them being stupid that bothers you? What is it something about you? Like, well, it could be something like you feel shame when you're not doing well. There's some type of identity thing that you have where if you're successful in the game, it helps you not feel shame. And then when the game is changed in some way to prevent you from doing that, all of a sudden the shame comes back and you feel really personally angered by that. Or in another example, let's say, I think I can just go for a kill, right? Because this is 3, 4, 5, and 1 billion. Just need to make sure I do it at end of turn. You know what, like, so what if they balance the game and it doesn't feel fair anymore? So what? Who gives a shit? It's no big deal. Like, I don't care. Or what about if one of my teammates is bad? So what if I lost? So what if I lost and a divine being could tell me it was 100% someone's fault and not mine? So what? Who gives a shit? It's just a game. Why? Why is this game actually... Why is that hurting you? Why is that hurting you? And you know, what I'm not saying is if you get angry or dumb or bad or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I get really invested in stuff. And I kind of enjoy that, and it's fun. But then if I get really mad, I want to make sure that I understand what's happening in here. you know. Now, how do I want to murder the shit out of this bastard? Don't want Massacre Girl. I think I actually want less. I'm going to trim the casualties of war and just go up on the cast downs and not do terrifically much else, right? Just want to hit him with the MDKs. See, ranking games, I think there's a real issue these days where everyone thinking they could go pro in these games, so any loss is keeping them from their dreams. Well, again, so I would like let's say that that's a true statement. Let's apply what I was talking about to that. Let's say that there's some person who dreams and imagines themselves being a pro, and they lose and they get mad. The wrong thing to do is to go, oh, I'm mad because I'm getting delayed on my dreams. Ah, that's not an emotional thing, right? That's not explaining the sort of negative statements you're having about yourself that could be making you feel all those negative things. It's not even addressing that, actually. Die.
I'm good. I was getting bored anyway.
What does address it is something like, I feel like I am a loser unless I can make it pro in this game. Like, I am a worthless person unless I'm going to be able to go pro. These are these quiet little things that are like really deep in the tender parts of people's emotions, right? That's just like a real part of them that just it's an identity thing. It's a desperation thing. Like, well, I'm getting mad because fuck, if I don't succeed at this, then I'm worthless. Like this is something that people, and I mean I'm using games, but like this is true in people's relationships and careers. Sometimes when people get dumped, it feels like, well, if I'm dumped, then that means that I'm not worthy of love, right? There's like, that's a real awful, squishy, tender part of a person. Oh my god, oh shit. I mean, who here hasn't gone insane one day because of the feelings they felt after getting dumped? Who hasn't felt some of those? And if someone gets dumped savagely, and they're a little sad, but they're okay. Like, yeah, no, I was really hoping that would work out. I'm kind of bummed about it. But, you know, I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, yeah, hell yeah. When I was younger and I used to see people do that, I used to think that, well, they probably didn't care about the other person enough. They would be as upset as I am if they cared the way that I did about the girl that dumped me. And the answer is, that's bullshit. You can still be very sad and be okay. So very sad and be okay. Right? That's like peak awesomeness. That's how you gotta live, man. I'm definitely gonna play my Carney pal. Roar! But a lot of the reason that people will get so upset when they're broken up with is because there's some sort of negative statement they're saying about themselves in their heart, in their little squishy parts. And so I would say that, you know, one of the wondrous beauties about games is that it is a safe place for you to explore your what the hell is even going on here. What is a way that this can get buffed? All right, let's walk into it. Let's buff it. Oh, because of this, obviously. Well, obviously not. How do you know? Because the front fell off for a start. No, don't have quite enough mana for that. So, people who get mad when they're broken up with and they have, like, you know, a real identity thing that's getting harmed. People who lose a job and they feel devastated, like they're not professionally worthwhile, so they're not personally worthwhile. Things like that happen. It can be really challenging to explore, to learn about, to work on those emotions. It can be hard as fuck to do when there are some real world issues. Maybe you broke up with someone and you live with them and now you have to move out. Maybe you've been fired and you feel so horrible. But now, you have to get another job. One of the greatest aspects of games is that you get to face some of the most wretched, horrible emotions, some of the most uncomfortable sensations in a safe place. Like, this is something that I talk about with parents who are like, I'm really worried about my kid playing games. And I'm like, dude, you should be hyped that your kid's playing games, man. If it's a blue source, it could be a Frilled Mystic, so I'm going to proceed with caution. Alright, I'm going to swing first. Some parents will be like, what do I do about my kid playing game? I'm like, well, look, your kid's going to get really upset sometimes after their games. They're going to get a little testosterone fueled and become arrogant with a raging ego because they're suddenly starting to win games. Haha, yeah, all right. I'm actually going to play none of my shit because I kind of have a dominant board position, so I'm just going to chill for a second. They're going to be really sad when they hit a wall and they're on a losing streak that's lasted for like a month. This is going to happen. And what safer way? I think you should use Assassin's Trophy while I still control the Wild Growth Walker. Destroy target permanent and opponent controls. This is the one line that... It's actually kind of weird with Assassin's Trophy because almost all things say destroy a permanent. This is opponent controls. So... I know how it happens. I know truly I do how it happens. Don't steal my shit, Torbox. But yeah, you're going to get these deep sadnesses, these spikes of anger, these spikes of arrogance and pride. And what a better way to safely and comfortably look at, face, and deal with those emotions than in the context of a game, where there's not a lot of real-life stakes on the line, just emotions. Still very concerned about this Frilled Mystic that we've been playing around for about 2 turns. This is good. This is good. I'm glad it was countered like this. Dex. Torbox turning it around. Ooh, baby. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. I think I do the no blockies. I kind of want to concede because this game seems hard, but I do have 30 life, so I probably shouldn't be so... damn sad about it. But I am sad.
Witness the ties that bind us all. Harness the elements.
So yeah, some of the ways that have helped me not get so damn mad in a lot of spots.
Nice stewardship.
One of those ways is just being honest with myself. I'm just saying, yeah, I get upset. I get pissed off. Well, definitely we double block this. I think it is okay to trade these. Trying to think through how to get around that proliferate. Thinking through what the source of those things is really helpful. I think for like a really pragmatic ass answer, preparation is one of the best ways. Damn. Land, planeswalker, creature. Creature. Land. Planeswalker. Still could be dead. Yeah. But yeah, like, a real pragmatic way to not get so damn mad, if you're getting mad or tilted or something like that, is preparation. Is thinking in advance the ways in which you want to function and behave. You know, I'm actually going to cut these Carnage Tyrants. I think that it was a mistake to include them in the first place. And I'm going to peel everything down. So we're going to have a little bit lower of a curve, but we're going to curve into Planeswalkers and sort of control that. That's what I should have done earlier. Prepare. If you are going to play Dota and you get mad at your teammates, think of 10, or hell, people don't like doing things in 10. Think of 3 things that you're going to say when your opponent or when your ally fucks up horribly badly. Just three things. And anytime your opponent messes up, you are now going to say those things. And when I say think of 3 things, don't just go, I could say this, I could say this, I could say this. Say what each of those phrases 10 times in a row. Fiddle with the intonation. See how you like to say it. Right? Actually sit with this thought for quite some time. Now, Reckon Games makes a joke. Says 3 things. In League of Legends, I just need 1. Spam, MIA, ping, Kappa. I think that, like, this... And I, by no means, I'm trying to single you out, Reckon Games, and say, like, you're doing it bad or you're messing something up. But there's a lot of people that almost... It's frightening to do anything with sincerity. You know, it's uncomfortable. It's really shitty and uncomfortable. I want the Ravenous Chupacabra first. Prepare these 3 things that you're going to say to your teammates and repeat them 10 times. And you'll find that if you are saying calming, diffusing, more lighthearted things, you'll actually just feel better. You'll be less intimidated when those types of moments come around. Hello!
I lead the Golgari now. I was getting bored anyway.
Ah,
Together, we will prevail.
farts.
Harness the elements.
This is actually the worst possible outcome for us. What Game says, yeah, maybe that joke's in poor taste. Not at all, not at all. Not at all. See, I want to stress, I don't think you did anything bad or wrong or fucked up. I bring that up because I know a lot of people don't actually really know how to be sincere. Don't really know how to be sincere. It's uncomfortable, right? It's actually an like the sort of like troll everything, sort of like, you know, 4chan-esque behavior is actually like a very strong psychological safety mechanism for a lot of people. all I do is make fun of things, but I stand for no position of my own, and that gives me a great comfort and safety. And by no means am I saying that's bad or to be looked down upon or anything like that. I'm just noting that this is a property that it has. Destroy all things. Creature, land, planeswalker. Creature, land, planeswalker. Ba-boom. Jesus, man, this guy. We're having a shit time with this deck. We might switch in a little bit. God damn, man, we got fucking shit on. Our deck is not coming together at all. Ugh. Also, what is that fizzing noise? Let me just... Ooh. Any plans to do Pauper today? Nah. Did you get transition figured out? Well, I don't think I know what you mean, Arcane Wisdom. Fade? I still don't know what you're talking about. Can't negate Gruul, just saying. Yeah, let's switch to Gruul in a little bit, man. Gruul is like, God, I love Gruul. Gruul, Naya, Boros, all that shit's dope. Like Gruul, Super Friends, with all them sweet domies. Cool. This is good. This is a good one. Yeah, it's the best one. The fade between cameras, like a millisecond thing you were talking about in another game. Oh, I know what you mean. It's not that there is a problem with the fade. There is no problem with any of the transitions at any point. It's that for some reason, a setting on the fade just keeps getting turned off. And I don't know why it keeps getting turned off. So, I mean, the fade, all the functionality with it works totally fine. Yeah, I should probably bin it. Alright, I don't want both my Vivians in the ground. But who knows? It only happens every once in a while. I will 1,000,000% trade this. Oh shit, here comes indestructibility. No blocks. All right, I'm just getting out of this match. I'm just going to Gruul. I'm just going to Gruul. I'm doing this. Get me out of this. Oh God, screw this match. I don't want to get ready for game 2. Concede. Get me out of here. Oh.